welcome to episode 590 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering, whether you are 590 weeks old or more. We're here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
Can you imagine a baby that was born exactly on our first episode?
They exist.
And has listened to every episode since.
That baby does not exist.
That baby is named Good Luck or High Five.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be, if you were that baby, let us know, because at this point you would be 11 years old.
Wow.
I believe. Someone check my math on that. It's something like that.
Yeah, 11 and a half.
Yeah, because we started podcasting in October of 2012?
Of 2012, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're that baby.
Happy upcoming 12th birthday to you. It's October. Baby.
On today's episode, we're going to talk about Modern Horizons 3.
We have not spoken about it yet on this show.
But guess what? It's on the horizon. If you will.
No.
You see, they built it right into the set name.
No.
And a bunch of cards have been spoiled online. We're not going to talk about that because we want to keep it a fish here on the show. So you can find those if you're so intrigued.
And we want people to be able to engage with previews the way that they want to. So if you want to be able to listen to this without looking at stuff that was not officially previewed, we want to be able to support you in that.
But there is a bunch of official previews that we can talk about, and also our hopes for Modern. Because we're going to have a Modern Pro Tour in Amsterdam coming up. It's like almost a month away at this point.
Gas.
Which is...
I don't know why I said it like that, and I'm upset about it too. I'm also upset about it. I'm sorry. I immediately apologize. I take it back.
Megan, why don't you tell the listeners the question you were contemplating before we started recording today?
Okay, Maria, are my hands kind of big compared to my face?
Put a hand up by your face. That looks normal to me. Look at my hand and face.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. I think that the ratio of human hand to face is kind of wrong.
No, it's shocking when you think about it. Look at this. It's almost the size of a face.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it should be different.
I agree. The hand should be much smaller.
The hand should be smaller in comparison to the face.
Yes. And that's how it's drawn a lot. Like there's this piece of art where somebody has their head in their hand and their hand is like half the size of their face. And I'm like, that can't be right.
But it's correct.
But it is.
They were just being correct. So we're going to go ahead and type up a little letter to the person who designed human.
Yeah.
Be like,
consider shrinking the hands.
Seems like a flaw.
Here's the thing, though. It'll be even harder to shuffle the commander decks.
That's true. Okay, I'm all right with the idea of making faces slightly bigger.
What? I don't know.
You don't think faces could be bigger?
If we're keeping everything else the same.
I think that, okay, look, here's my hot take on human physiology.
Bunch of Funko Pops walking around.
I think that human heads could be slightly bigger and faces could be bigger too.
I'm with you on the hands. I'm gonna get off the train at the faces.
I just think that heads and faces could be bigger. I said it.
Look, we say what we're thinking on this show. You can't accuse us of not doing that. I'll tell you that.
You really cannot. Maybe you wish you could.
Yeah, but sorry.
Well, you can't.
So you can. You, I guess.
In addition to that,
yes. What? In addition to what? The heads and face? What else do you want to make big?
No, in addition to Modern Horizons.
Oh, yeah. Modern Horizons.
We'll also be talking about the banned and restricted list.
Yes.
Which includes, let me tell you, you may be like, that's not really my thing. I don't care. You're going to care.
It's very funny.
Because there's something very
else.
funny going on.
Yeah, we'll talk about the B&R.
You'll enjoy it.
And something they do when they talk about the B&R is talk about the health of various formats too, which I find
is also very interesting.
So
absolutely.
We'll go over that with you, everybody,
yes.
This week on the show. Before we start to tell you about more human appendages that we wish could grow or shrink, we're going to thank our patrons.
Yes. Thank you so much to everyone who makes this show happen. First and foremost amongst them are you, the patrons of the show.
Absolutely. You can become one of those people over at patreon.com/GLHF Magic. Get access to ad-free early releases of all of our podcasts, all of our episodes of Commander Arcade. You get access to our Discord. You get to influence our Commander Arcade episodes. And you get access to longer episodes of Good Luck High Five, where we talk about lots of random stuff that you get to choose. Yeah. It's great. It's a great benefit for value. And also you get to support creators you love. Who do you have to say thank you to
we
this week?
We have 2 new patrons to say thank you to. Thank you so much to new patrons, Middle-Aged Nerd and Eggmoji. Eggmoji, welcome back. Middle-Aged Nerd. Welcome.
Middle-Aged Nerd, same.
Hey, Middle-Aged Nerd, we want to have a middle-aged word with you about how great you are. Thank you so much for being a patron of this.
Thank you, middle-aged nerd. You found your people.
Yeah.
We are them. This community is them. And thank you to Eggmoji, returning patron. Happy you can come back on the train, Eggmoji. We don't have egg on our faces because you came and became a patron again.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
You really got there.
Kind of.
Kind of.
The car hit the curb and kept on going.
Eggmoji, whoa, gee, I can't believe you became a patron.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is. For $5 a month or more, you too can have the pomp and circumstance of a custom pun or word said about your name.
Yes.
You're on the show.
Hey, both of mine were puns.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Mine were mostly words this week. We also want to give a shout out to Card Kingdom. You can check them out on the interwebs at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Buy yourself a box or a pack, and whatever, I'm not going to judge, of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's available right now. It's a very fun and good set. It's fun to play in limited. The cards are super powerful if you're looking for some constructed stuff.
Yeah.
We just played a Commander episode with Outlaws of Thunder Junction Commander cards that were not the precons. And it was a blast.
It's going to be so fun. That episode will be coming at you next week.
Next week.
And it was a great time.
Yes.
And there are some great decks in there that you could maybe try and build.
Yeah.
You can probably guess. I bet if you
My
put
deck?
your mind to it, you can guess Maria's.
Yeah, mine is very guessable.
But do you know what? I wonder if you'll be surprised by mine. Not very surprised, but you'll be a little surprised.
But it turned out, in my opinion, to be a perfect deck for you.
Oh, it was a perfect deck for me, actually. Yes.
It was just great.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah,
it's one that I'm going to be like, yeah, I'll play this going forward because I had such a good time.
I also loved my deck. It was extremely well built. I would play it again. I did feel like a bit of a meanie. So
I will say that Maria like committed one of the most heinous acts of cruelty against me that she has ever done.
That's true.
It was painful.
And I'm kind of like, I don't know if you can keep doing that, or if people are going to be like, do not play that deck. You're being a jerk, which that might happen. But it's fun to watch. You know, you don't have to experience it, listeners. You just get to watch us be in pain and inflict pain upon others. And isn't that modern television? You can check out those videos at youtube.com/@GLHF Commander and check out Card Kingdom at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. It's time for the randomizer, where we head to scryfall.com, hit the random card button, and try and guess what the card does based on the art alone.
All right, Maria, let me see it.
Here you go.
Hit me with an art.
Prepare to be disturbed.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. This is a horrible thing that I'm looking at.
It's upsetting.
It's like, I'm going to call it, it's like a desert landscape with a storm overhead. There's like roiling clouds.
Yeah.
It looks like maybe there's like lightning or fires in the background with these like buildings kind of thing. Yeah, like castles on fire or like big flumes spitting up dust. I don't know. Sand in the forefront. And then there's what I can only describe as a disgusting wall of flesh.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going to call it.
Okay.
And June, I'm going to say that this card's name is Wall of Flesh.
Great name.
Because that's what this looks like.
Yeah.
It is, I don't know how else to describe it. It is a wall of stuff. It is red. It is ropey.
Sinewy?
It has disgusting sinewy stuff coming off of it. It is dripping blood coming off of like the top. It has these like big carapaces also made of like sinewy stuff that it looks honestly, it just looks all over disgusting.
Yeah.
This is a bad time.
Fair.
I'm going to say that this wall is a bad time. And we're going to call it Wall of Flesh because that is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a wall. So obviously it is, I'm going to say it's an 05.
Classic
for,
wall.
One in a black, of course. And let's see, what kind of disgusting thing is this wall going to do? Because it can't just be an 05 wall.
Yeah,
it needs to do something
gross.
Horrific.
Yeah, agree.
I'm going to say that you can pay... You can pay one in a black to sacrifice another creature to give it +1, -1, and death touch until end of turn.
Ooh, nice. Well,
that's my guess.
If you were to describe this wall, you described it as being made of flesh.
Yes.
If you had one other guess to describe it, what would you say this wall is made of?
Wow. Hard blood.
Wall of Hard Blood, famously a magic card.
Yes,
well,
obviously.
What about just Wall of Blood?
Wall of Blood.
You were so close. I was
right.
sure you were going to say it. It's not even an 05, it's an 02.
Wow, bad wall.
But it is a wall, and it says, Defender, pay 1 life. Wall of Blood gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
Wow.
So you're
my
also
God.
very close.
So I also got like a disgusting activation.
This card, I actually think I like this card's design.
All right.
Because it has Defender. Like,
Yeah.
you can pay an absurd amount of... I like paying life for doing things in Magic, by the way. That's something about me that I think is a cool design space.
I love that the original printing of this card from Mirrodin doesn't even say Defender.
No.
It says parentheses, walls can't attack.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, there's ways to make cards lose Defender and then attack or whatever. Right? There must be.
Yeah.
So that would be fun to do with Wall of Blood, and then you can 20 somebody. Well, you can 19 them. Let's not get crazy.
No, you could 20 them because it has +2. Oh, wait, I was thinking if you have the card also that makes it be able to, a lot of stuff that says walls can attack or defenders can attack.
Yeah.
Also say
Gives
they
them
deal
buff.
damage equal to their toughness.
Sure. Yeah, you could do it that way too. Wall of Blood, illustrated by Tony. Oh gosh, I can't say your last name, Tony. Starts with an S. But good job drawing a disgusting Wall of Blood.
Suzudlo.
You nailed it.
I feel pretty good about that, actually.
Yeah, that was a good pronunciation.
All right, Maria, are you...
Is it less or more gross than Wall of Blood?
It's less. Ooh, actually, do you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I cannot say for certain.
Oh, excellent.
Here we go.
I'm ready. Am I?
I have to say, I don't think that you are.
I love it. What is this?
I don't know.
Holy cow. This is an older card based on the art style and printing quality. There is a... how does one describe what's occurring? There is some kind of a black vortex hole in the background that is blue, and it looks like energy is coming from it, emanating from it, or it's sucking something in. Who can say? In the foreground is a giant red demon of some description who is made of flesh. They've got like a cape on, but the cape is made of flesh. They have a face on. Their face is made of flesh. Their cape's hood is made of flesh. They have giant, long, creepy teeth.
We really said flesh too many times during this.
The algo is not going to love this. I mean,
YouTube's going to be like straight in the trash with
like,
this one.
what could they possibly be talking about that's okay and legal?
Put it in the dumpster.
The randomizer, there's something about it, the synchronicity, 2 flesh cards one day. Sorry. The long teeth, though, are my favorite part of this.
The long teeth are my favorite part as well.
Fingernails, and it's holding a staff.
The teeth are like, it almost has like whale mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Or like anglerfish mouth.
Anglerfish mouth, that's it. That's what it looks like. There's a long staff of some description that looks like it's made of metal in a really cool design, as if it had been struck by lightning and ended up in that position. And there's somebody in the background who's just there, and he looks kind of worried. He's kind of like, I wonder if I picked the right career.
Yeah.
Working for this guy.
Yeah, he seems like he should be more perturbed than he is, but mostly he's just kind of like,
I wish I had job security. I might be dead by the end of the day. He's got a blue mohawk, though, so he has that going on for him.
Yeah.
This card is unlike anything I've ever witnessed before in the game of Magic. I'm going to call this card Demon's Due or something like that.
All right, I like it.
He's so red, but demons... There's red demons, I suppose.
Yeah, there's flesh demons.
There's flesh demon. I'm going to say it's a black card, though. And I'm going to call this, what did I call it? Demon's Due. This card says, it's like a tutor to go find your demon. So you can search your library for a demon creature card, and you can put it into your hand, but you've got to sacrifice that little guy in the background who's looking worried. So it's a tutor, but you have to pay the price of sacrificing a creature to go and get it. The benefit is that it is an instant.
Oh, jeez. All right, there's instant tutors. We've seen them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, Maria. This is called Chime of Night.
No, it's not.
It is 1 and a black for an
peaceful.
enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When Chime of Night is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, destroy target non-black creature.
Oh. Okay.
So, like, you put it on your creature, and if your creature
it
dies, you get to destroy another creature.
What set is this from?
Urza's Destiny.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess it's about this. It must be this metal thing that is the chime.
Yeah, I'm like, what chime are we talking about here?
Yeah, that must be the chime. It's the chime of night. But I don't know why Pete Venters did this. He really went hard on the demon.
Yeah, the demon. He was like, you know what? Whatever about
your
chime.
He was like, chime of night. It sounds like a horrifying flesh monster is holding it. Right? Yeah.
Love this flesh monster. Did I design a card that already exists? Is there a tutor where you have to sacrifice a creature to go find something instant speed?
I don't know.
Because, I just want to know. I don't know how to search up only tutors on Scryfall. I'm sure there is a way.
Do you want it to be an instant or no?
I know there's a lot of non-instant tutors, but the instant ones are like 5 mana, I want to say, something like that, you know? Because there's like 2 mana tutors, of course, that are sorcery speed.
It needs to be black. I'm going to make it black.
Okay, great.
No.
Well, consider this, Design Wizards, or if somebody in the comments knows if it's close to anything, let me know, because I'm kind of interested. But great art and 2 flesh cards for this segment. I mean, the randomizer, I feel like the randomizer is sentient.
Yeah.
It's gained sentience. We made the first sentient AI, and its job is looking up random magic cards.
Yeah, do you know what? Sounds right. Sounds nice for him.
Yeah, I guess I'll take it versus all the bad things that could happen if we made a sentient AI.
Exactly.
News time. News alert, everybody. The Ban and Restricted update came out this past Monday, the 13th.
Yes.
And had some spicy changes in it. Nothing that was impacting Standard or Modern ahead of the Modern Pro Tour or anything like that. But
yeah. In Legacy, Vintage, and Pauper,
yeah,
all cards that bring a sticker or an attraction into the game are banned.
Wow.
For a full list of cards, click below. So here you can see all of the kinds of cards that either make a sticker or an attraction happen.
Yeah, this is over on Daily MTG if you want to follow along at home and look at these cards. We were just the other day talking about sticker cards.
Yes.
Because they do actually see play in Legacy.
Not anymore, they don't.
No, not anymore. And how people were annoyed by the fact that, backing up. When sticker cards were first printed, I thought, great idea. This is so cool.
So fun.
I love it for this this unset.
Yes.
It's a great idea. Then people are like, I hate them because now I'm going to have to take sticker cards with me everywhere just in case somebody plays a deck where it's relevant. And I responded saying, don't you worry, Chad. That's not going to happen to you. Yeah. Get over yourself. No, it's not
that. They were like, I have to have sticker cards so that my opponent thinks that I might be playing something where stickers are relevant.
Yes. And I was like, come on. That's not going to happen. It's an unset. This is not going to be relevant in your life.
Yeah.
I was wrong. It did happen. A sticker deck did appear in Legacy.
Okay. So they say, here we go.
Okay, go
Blank
ahead.
Goblin.
Yeah, Blank Goblin.
Which is a card that says 2 and a red, creature Goblin Guest. It's a 2/2. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Add red for each unique vowel on that sticker.
Yeah, and so
has become a reasonable card to play in Legacy, and that's leading to some awkwardness in tournaments. Not only do Goblins players need to create and bring a sticker deck, many decks that feature clones such as Phyrexian Metamorph feel obligated to bring sticker decks on the off chance they're able to copy Blank Goblin.
Oh, that's so funny.
Players must present these decks at the start of every match, regardless of whether they have any cards in their deck that can interact with them.
That's a pain. It's
very funny.
It's also funny and also yeah, that's a good card. You can make a lot of mana.
Yes.
Off of Blank Goblin by finding the stickers with the most vowels.
Yeah.
That have them in there. Anyway.
Yeah, we heard from our friend the other day that all of the sticker cards are worth no money except for one card that's worth $2.
That's right.
And it's the one that has the word that has all the vowels in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
So that was a problem, and I can see why. That's pretty annoying. So they're like, no, you may have no more fun.
Yeah.
I saw somebody comment that this was implemented well on Magic Online, and so they're a little bit sad that it hits there. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense because it would be a lot easier to deal with in a digital client. One interesting thing I want to call out from the article, too, is this quote that they had, which says, quote, "The primary goal behind making some cards in Unfinity legal was that sticker cards and attractions could be played in Commander. But there's no existing way to make a bunch of cards legal in Commander and not Legacy."
People online have rightly been like, well, you make the rules,
Well,
so
why not?
you could just
do it.
You could just make that rule.
Make that rule.
You could just make that rule.
I think they should, because if you want to do fun things in wacky formats like Unfinity,
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel like, oh God, is somebody going to break
is
this
Legacy
in
gonna-
Legacy?
Yeah.
That seems ridiculous.
It's very funny.
So, I mean, because they made the change in Unfinity to have the acorn icon instead of silver border so that you could play it in normal Commander decks, that kind of thing. But, you know,
Yeah.
I just want to say, just change the rules somehow so that you can do this kind of thing. Because I don't want you to, you know, tripping over your own things, trying to make something cool, and then you realize you can't because you're worried about people in Legacy making a busted blank goblin deck. So yeah, that sticker sheets, they got hit. Sorry, sticker sheets.
Sorry, stickers.
RIP.
They also touched on some of the other formats, just talking about the health of them, which is kind of generally interesting to know how they feel formats like Standard and Modern are going.
Absolutely.
In Standard, they say it's been a large focus of ours for the past year, and we're happy with where the format is after the conclusion of Pro Tour Thunder Junction. You know, that makes a lot of sense. I think that everyone kind of coming out of that Standard Pro Tour was like, wow, that was really cool.
It was
there
a
were
good
some
Standard.
really good looking decks, like nothing seemed super overpowered. They said they were not surprised to see an Esper mid-range deck full of independently powerful cards command the highest play rate at the Pro Tour, but the result of the tournament proved that it can be attacked and is a healthy part of the metagame.
Yeah, the top 8 had 6 different decks in it, including one of my favorite decks of the tournament, which was the white-black Bronco deck with Bronc Confidant in it.
Yes.
And the 4-color Legends deck brought by Team Sanctum All, which was also a very cool deck.
Very cool deck.
And you had been playing a version of that deck.
Yeah, I had. It's really fun and also confusing.
With Slowgurk the Overslime.
Oh, he overslime.
The Gurky boy.
Yes.
So it looks like they're happy with Standard. They also mentioned that they're happy with Pioneer after Pro Tour Murders at Karlov Manor. They're like, yes, Vein Ripper is a thing, but it doesn't seem to be like too entirely dominant at this point. Mm-hmm. So we're going to ignore Pioneer. They don't want to make any changes to Modern after they banned Violent Outburst recently.
Yeah.
Because we have Modern Horizons 3 coming up. So like, you know what? Well, we have a ban window open after Modern Horizons 3 releases, so we'll deal with anything that comes up then. We did have a hit in Pauper, though. They did ban all that glitters in
Do you
Pauper.
feel personally attacked?
Which I feel personally attacked by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
I love all that glitters. If you don't know about this card, quick refresher. 1 in a white, enchantment aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. I love it. It makes your creatures enormous and you play it in an aura deck. But a lot of people said, yeah, that was a ban that needed to happen and it's kind of been a long time coming. So I don't play Pauper, so I will be not offended, but I will also be offended.
Yeah. You know, if anyone talks about banning stuff like all that glitters, you need to be on top of it, whether it's a format you play or not.
Exactly. Pretty tame banned and restricted announcement overall, I would say. And now the main
Goodbye
focus.
stickers.
Goodbye stickers. We barely knew you. And you were kind of cool.
Yeah.
So,
but hey, you can still play them in silver border formats.
yes.
You may get to see a silver border commander game sometime in your future. It might be a really, really great game of Magic.
It's pretty
It's just a little
wacky.
teaser for you.
Yes, everyone. We turn our attention to Modern now for Modern Horizons 3 coming up, and we'll see what happens with the release of that set and if any broken decks emerge out of there.
Yeah.
And ahead of the Pro Tour coming up next month.
Very exciting.
Let's look at what's out on the horizon with Modern Horizons 3.
Wow.
The
Maria.
second time I've said that this episode. I've been restrained. Restrained.
Have you?
We've got a new set coming out next month, everybody. Modern Horizons 3 officially releases on June 14th. The arena release is on the 11th, and the pre-release is the weekend before that. So check it out if you're so inclined. It looks like it's going to be extremely powerful. It features a combination of new cards, reprints from Modern, and new to Modern cards, which means cards that were not previously legal in Modern but other formats, but now are being printed in this set, so you'll be able to finally play them in Modern.
There are some really cool cards. Specifically, this Modern Horizon set kind of has an Eldrazi theme to it, which means that we are also getting to see some cards that are like classics.
Yeah.
But Eldrazi-fied, like Spawn Gang Commander.
That's so good.
So good. This is 3 red for a 2/2. It's devoid. This card has no color. When you cast this spell, create 3/01 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice this creature, add colorless, and 1 in a colorless, sacrifice an Eldrazi Spawn Gang Commander, deals 2 damage to any target.
This is a play on Siege Gang Commander, if you remember that, buddy.
Very, it's delightful.
Cute. It's delightful.
Cute. It's very funny.
It's not often Eldrazi's are delightful and or cute, but that's a cute and or delightful choice.
He has many sloopy arms, don't worry.
Oh, look at him.
If you were wondering, does a Spawn Gang Commander still have disgusting sloopy arms? The answer is yes, he's still sloop.
We also got a slooped version of Mull Drifter in the card.
Sloop.
Null Drifter.
Very funny. A+. Great stuff.
Love it. It's cost 7. 7. Yeah. It's a lot for a 4/4. Eldrazi Elemental. When you cast a spell, draw 2 cards. Flying, Annihilator 1. So Mull Drifter gets a bit of an upgrade here.
Yes.
But it still has its Mull Drifter past in that you can cast it instead for its evoke cost, which is 2 and a blue. And it's sacrificed when it enters the battlefield. So you just draw 2 cards.
I also really love the art on this. I feel like it kind of harkens back to like an older art style.
Yeah, it
with
does.
Kind of the flatness of it, but it looks so great. Johan Boden did this art, and I'm really into it. I think that it looks really cool.
This Null Drifter is amazing. He kind of like is running across the water like one of them watery bugs.
Yes.
That can walk on surface.
One of them watery bugs.
Tension, but he looks like he's probably enormous.
We all know them watery bugs.
Them watery bugs. The little Jesus-y bugs that can walk on water.
What? Okay.
Here they go.
Speaking
I love
of course
that card.
of Eldrazi's, we can't talk about them without mentioning Mom herself.
Well, yeah.
Emrakul, the World Anew. 12 mana for a 12/12 legendary creature Eldrazi. She shrunk a little. Emrakul,
oh yeah, she has.
You've lost some weight inside the moon.
Yeah, the moon will do that to you.
Make sure you're eating up there, buddy. When you cast this spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls.
Oh, is that all?
Is that all? Flying. No, that's not all,
Okay.
Maria. That's not all.
Okay.
Actually, that's not all.
Great.
Flying, protection from spells and from permanents that were cast this turn.
Oh, is that all?
Is that all? No. When Emrakul, actually, this one's a drawback, so here we go. When Emrakul, the World Anew, leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control.
But Megan, is that all?
No, it is not actually all. Here we go. Madness, pay 6 colorless.
That's incredible.
Madness, pay 6 colorless. Pay 6
You're
colorless.
trying to tell me
Madness, 6
that people
mana.
aren't gonna make a madness deck with Emrakul,
A colorless madness deck.
and you just madness this thing out for 6, and you're like, give me all of your stuff. It's
Yeah.
also it's a flying 12/12.
Also, it's a flying 12/12. Protection from spells and from permanents that were cast this turn. What do you do about it?
You better kill it the next turn.
How?
I'll tell you that.
How, Maria?
Well, it only has protection from spells that were cast this turn.
Yeah, but if you cast a spell next turn,
What?
that's a spell that was cast this turn.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
No, okay. I guess that makes sense because otherwise it would have some kind of like enter the battlefield.
Yeah, exactly.
What does it mean that were cast this turn, though? You mean? Why doesn't it say that spells that are cast this turn, or just protection from spells?
Protection from spells that were cast this turn.
Well,
I don't know what else to tell you.
but it was were. Were signifies that the spell's already been cast.
Well, yeah. Well, I think once you've cast it, you've cast it.
But what if I haven't cast it yet, though?
Well, then you can't target Emrakul with it because you haven't cast it yet.
Let's break this down.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I have no
Spells
idea.
that were cast this turn. But, this turn is always this turn. Like, you're always on this turn. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
You're always on this turn.
You're always on this turn.
You're always on this turn.
Live in this turn. Live in the present.
Yeah.
Live in this turn. You can't kill Emrakul.
This turn.
Wow. In that
know.
case, I don't know what you do because it's always this turn.
That's what I'm saying.
What if you cast a spell,
Yeah.
like you suspend it,
Yeah.
and then no, because
Nope, you're casting it this turn.
What if?
Okay, come at me. Come on.
I don't know if there's anything you can.
I don't think you
don't
can
know.
wrath it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, can you?
Yes.
Because it's not targeting.
Exactly.
Okay, you're right. All right, you
it
have to
just say whatever.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast my own Emrakul,
Oh, that works.
and then I keep one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right, so your answer to this Emrakul is your own
My own
Emrakul.
Emrakul.
All right. The only answer to Emrakul is Emrakul. That does seem relevant. You know, it also has protection from permanents that were cast this turn, which means that you can't like put, like a leyline binding.
Sure.
Can't do it.
Wow.
Don't work.
Okay. That's spooky.
You could use like one of the wraths that's like an artifact, and then you crack it and it destroys everything. You could do that.
Yeah,
but that's also
true.
a wrath.
That's true. All right.
Don't know what else to tell you.
I just feel like this is going to be a deck.
I think so.
And there's a bunch of other huge Eldrazi, which were also previewed.
I bet you there are pro players getting ready for Pro Tour Modern Horizons 3 right
absolutely.
now, already working on
Yes.
how to use this.
My question is turn 6 too slow?
Wow, great question.
Well, do we lose our way to cheat to have double colorless mana?
Okay. No.
All right.
Because you're thinking of the one that just made them cost 2 less. So you still can, though. The problem is that obviously there's ways to make the little Eldrazi spawns that you can sack for colorless.
Oh, you're right.
So what if you could, I don't know, how early do you think you could cast this card?
Oh my God. I don't know. Now I'm extra worried.
Turn 5?
Turn 4?
That's what I'm wondering. Can you do it on turn 4? Do you think that you could?
I think we're going to find out.
Do you think
I'll
you
tell
could
you that right now.
cast this Emrakul on turn 4?
I think we're going to find out.
I think we're going to find out.
All right.
All right. We also have, if that's not enough, we also have cards like Breaker of Creation.
Sick.
6 colorless. For an 8/4, when you cast this spell, you gain 1 life for each colorless permanent you control, hexproof from each color, and Annihilator 2.
Why does it say hexproof from all colors?
I don't know.
All right. We'll ask Rob.
From each color.
He's going to come on the show and do a pre-release episode for us.
Yes.
What about the Devourer of Destiny?
Wow.
It costs 5 colorless for a 6/6. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of your first upkeep, look at the top 4 cards of your library and put one of those cards back on the top of the library, exile the rest. When you cast a spell, exile target permanent that's one or more colors.
That's pretty sick.
It's a big,
wow.
It's a big boy.
That's pretty sick. Look at 4 cards.
There's also a bunch of other cool colorless cards in this set that aren't creatures, which will be effective in other games like Null Elemental Blast, which is a single colorless instant. Choose one, counter target multicolored spell or destroy target multicolored permanent.
Wow.
That's going to be a deal.
All right.
That card is going to be a deal.
I think so.
We've also got famous hits from the past, like a play on Tarmogoyf with the card Nethergoyf.
Yes, tell us about them.
Nethergoyf is a star with a +1 star on the butt. So, you at least have 1 toughness.
Yeah.
Nethergoyf's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1.
Wow.
And has escape, 2 and a black. Exile any number of other cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them, and then you can cast it.
Wow. Single black mana. This card is, I think, going to be pretty.
Yeah, I think that card's going to get played. There is a lot. I'm just like, there's this card, Winter Moon. Did you see this card? I hate all moons in Magic. Looking at you, Blood Moon. 2.
Okay, moons are generally mean.
Yeah, 2 generic for an artifact at rare. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap steps. That's going to get people.
Do you know what I have never felt is mean in my life?
This?
The moon.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, you're right. The moon's not mean.
Have you ever looked at the moon and been like, mean?
No, never.
No, the moon, I'm going to say it here, the moon has good vibes.
The moon is very pleasant.
The moon has a positive energy.
She's just hanging out there, making some tides.
And I think that it's pretty rude of Magic to go and besmirch her reputation like this.
I agree.
Like, the moon has not done the work for all these millennia for you to walk around tarnishing her
you can't
name.
Untap your lands.
Exactly. What is this? Quit hating on the moon.
Did you know
Magic.
that elephants worship the moon?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Let me read this to you, everyone. This is from a scientific magazine, so don't come at me. BBC Science Focus. Scientists have watched elephants waving branches at the waxing moon, prompting some to wonder if the moon holds symbolic significance for them. Isn't that kind of cool?
That's very cool.
That the elephants have a moon religion?
Yeah.
And then they do other stuff when it's full. Anyway, elephants, moon worshippers.
Let's see. There's also, okay, this guy's great. no hate to moons.
Okay, yeah.
This guy's great. No hate to bears. Kudo, king among bears.
He's very cute.
He's so big. He a big bear.
But he's a tutu.
He is a tutu, but like look at his art. He big.
He is a large lad.
He's a large lad. Green,
Absolute
white,
unit.
legendary creature bear. Other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears in addition to their
They're
other
all
types.
bears.
Kudo says, I am king of all of you.
You're all bears.
You're all bears. I'm bear. You're bear. We're all bear.
We're all bear
We're all
around
bear.
here. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see him in this set, turning everything into bears.
Yeah.
My boggles are like, I don't care.
Look at his
I have
little
one additional
crown.
power.
Look at his little crown on his head. It's just cute.
Will he win cutest card?
I don't know.
It
Maybe.
could happen.
Ooh, okay. Here's another reference, to an existing card. We all know Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah.
Well, how about White of the Reliquary? A+. Green, black for a 2/2 zombie knight with vigilance. White of the Reliquary gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard.
Nice.
Tap, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Love it.
It's so
Absolutely love it.
They're printing their alternate art style in this set is some more of those profile cards, which are very, very cool.
Oh, they're so good.
What's the face?
I have a Tachova one.
Yeah.
And as it's just so
it's really good. Really good.
Oh, it's so good. Okay.
They've got some good ones, but my personal favorite that we've seen so far has been Felia Exuberant Shepherd, which is a little corgi.
Oh, she's so cute.
Another cutest card contender.
Yes.
1 and a white for a legendary dog. Is she your commander? 2/2. Flash. Whenever she attack, exile up to one other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of the next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on this pupper.
Maybe we have to have like a cute cards only commander game.
I would love
we
that.
have Bill. We can have Bill the pony back.
Bill can come on back.
Bill can come on back.
Great
This
deck.
corgi,
This cute little corgi.
come on back.
Oh, she's the best.
All right, Maria, we were talking earlier about lands.
Yeah.
Here's
Can
one that
they-
make lot mana.
Can they make a lot of mana?
Eugene's Labyrinth, Ugin's Labyrinth, for those of you not in the know. Imprint, when Eugene's Labyrinth enters the battlefield, you may exile a colorless card with mana value 7 or greater from your hand.
No problem. I'm playing 100 of them.
Tap, add colorless. If a card is exiled with Ugin's Labyrinth, add 2 colorless instead.
I see.
2? I'm sorry. This is just a land that taps for 2 colorless mana.
This kind
never been a problem before.
This kind of thing
I put that in
classically, is classically a problem.
aggressive air quotes.
We had problems with this in the past. Will this card
Yeah.
be a problem? Maybe they think it's too tough, but I don't know.
You can tap, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Also,
Yeah, so
so
you
you're
don't
not
have
even
to
gonna lose it forever. Also, Maria, we're getting snow-covered wastes. That's
yes,
pretty cool.
I love that.
Very cool.
I love wastes. Those produce the colorless mana that we've been talking about, and the art's always very cool on wastes. So I'm excited to see them, and now they get snow.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's snow on a waste.
Now they get snow.
There's
Sometimes they
also
get snow.
another land which I think is very funny, which is Urza's Cave. This is an uncommon. You tap it to add colorless, but more importantly, you pay 3 and tap it and sacrifice it to search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap it, and then shuffle.
Oh.
Go get your Urzeltrons.
All right.
Go get your Trons.
There are some really amazing alt arts in this as well.
I agree.
One of the ones that's really hit me, one, Energy is returning. We haven't even talked about that.
And
Energy is coming back from Kaladesh. There's this card. I'm looking at the alternate art by Thomas M. Baha, Chthonian Nightmare. This art is unbelievable. It's so good.
It's beautiful.
When Chthonian Nightmare enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. It's an enchantment. Pay X energy, sacrifice a creature, return Chthonian Nightmare to its owner's hand, return target creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. It's 1 in a black. It's just like, that art is incredible.
Megan, how have you not talked about this next card that I'm going to bring up, which is Flare of Denial?
Oh, I mean, what needs to be said?
1 blue, instant. You may sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than pay this spell's mana cost. That's right. It could be free.
Yeah.
Counter target spell.
Oh, I mean, what needs to be said is perfection. I mean, the only...
You have to play a creature.
I was going to say the only real problem is that I have to be playing a creature, which is weird, but whatever.
But you'll get over it.
I'll get over it. I guess I can find a creature.
Is this your favorite blue counter spell?
Oh, Gosh, I've never stopped to think about what my favorite blue counter spell is.
Oh, it seems
okay.
like a good
No,
question,
it's not true.
though.
It's Mana Drain.
Okay, Mana Drain.
It's obviously Mana Drain. But there's some really good ones out there. This one's pretty
notoriously,
good.
giving blue stuff to do where you don't actually have to pay mana
Pretty good.
can be kind of a prob.
Force of Will, ever heard of
Force of Will. So do you like this better or do you like Force of Will better? Choose.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I like Force of Will better.
Yeah,
You don't have
you don't
to
have to have
put
creature.
anything into it.
Yeah.
But this card's pretty good. Oh, look at this full art snow-covered wastes. It's so good also. Anyways.
This set seems really amazing so far.
I'm really excited.
Start officially very, very soon, if they haven't already started by the time this podcast is released. And we're very excited to get our paws on some of these cards.
Yeah.
And I want to cast Emrakul for 6 at the pre-release.
Maria, we didn't even talk about Scurry of Gremlins.
I know, Gremlins are back.
Gremlins are back. With them, the energy. This is also an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red gremlin creature tokens. Then you get an amount of energy equal to the number of creatures you control. Pay 4 energy. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn.
I found the gremlin who lives on our set and bringing him over
There he is.
to show him off. There he is, little Grembly.
What's up, buddy?
Look at him. He's so cute.
He's very cute.
I love gremlins, and I'm glad we get to see them coming back in this set. And I guess Mr. Gremly here can like hang out with us a little bit more often because can he bounce on a laptop though? That's the real question.
I'm gonna go with no.
The answer is no. Thanks for joining us, friends, on this episode of Good Luck High Five.
Yes.
F590. Thank you once again to the 11-year-old who's about to turn 12, who's listened to every single episode since they were born.
Thank you, fictional 11-year-old.
Thank you to our new patrons. You can become one by increasing your pledge or starting a new one. Get a shout out over at patreon.com/GLHF Magic. Support everything we do here.
Thank you again, middle-aged nerd and Eggmoji.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you to Card Kingdom. You can find them over at cardkingdom.com/GLHF if you want to buy anything for your magical life. New episode of Commander Arcade drops next Monday.
It's a good one.
Everybody. It's a great
it's a
episode.
really good game, you guys.
Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Yes.
We wear cowboy hats. I highly suggest you check it out. So go over if you haven't subscribed to the channel and ding the bell for notifications. Just take this moment to be like, oh, I'm going to do that really quick.
Just real quick.
YouTube.com/@GLHF Commander so you get notified.
Especially if you're like, hey, look, I can't become a patron right now. I'm really sorry,
exactly.
right? Like, not possible. You can still help. It means so much to us, truly, if you just go over to Commander at GLHF Commander on YouTube and become a subscriber. Just watch those videos. That's also good.
It is.
Also good.
Linked in the show notes if you don't like typing things into
There you go. Look at that.
bars.
You don't even have to type it in.
You just have to click. That's all you got to do, everybody. So go check it out and have a great week, y'all. Have a great weekend coming up here. And remember to train your gremlin. Otherwise, they won't be able to sit on a laptop. And you'll be so disappointed.
He really cannot. He really cannot.
What a letdown.